Good morning. Thank you for joining us. This is today's live on Equa Television International, and today we're going to be looking at the topic exploring respect in today's world. What a topic! Looking at our society, that like everything is just deteriorating. Like there's no morals. Like everything is just decaying, and you just wonder where we're coming from and where we're going. So today, uh, with the squad, if I will borrow from my sister Prudence, like she always say, like we will look at this topic and then we'll try and do justice to it from our own perspective. And then, like today's life is interesting. The reason why it's interesting because you're given the opportunity to join us and then to air your own view. So do well, join us. We're live on Facebook and YouTube so that we will hear your own view concerning what we're going to be discussing today. And then the reason why you can just see me just smiling is because two people join us today, which we really miss them. Mr. Tony Nakali, you're welcome.
I'm happy to be here, honestly.
Good to see you.
Honestly,
Looking
yes, sir.
looking fresh.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
What's the secret?
Well, I've been working in my father's vineyard.
Yeah.
Maybe he felt I needed to look fresh and he rewarded me with freshness. But believe me, it's just Vaseline. And local soap. Nothing more.
Wow. That's interesting.
The joy of the Lord is my strength.
Hallelujah.
Where is Joyce
And-
Jakada? Is she still working here?
Yes.
Okay.
She's around.
Okay.
When you have two great people joining the set, some people have to just bow,
Chop knock.
Yeah. Jemima, how are you doing?
So do you know that when you are done with this show, you are going back to your quarters? Joyce is watching this show and she's counting every word. You know her.
I'm just trying to use my.
You do know that she threatened you last week.
That's what I was about to say.
She's a
That's
prudent manager
yes.
of crisis. I'm telling you.
He was obviously not threatened.
So, but at the end, I will still use my social intelligence to address
Okay,
certain
alright.
things. So,
Jemima,
Jemima,
how have you
how?
been?
Fine,
Yeah.
thank you. Good
You are
morning.
looking fresh.
Thank you. I've been
What's
working in
the
my
secret?
father's vineyard as well.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow. Which branch? You know the vineyard. has
You are
branches.
close to yours.
Oh, so when I carry home and I'm singing, you used to hear me from where you are walking. Amazing.
Yeah, Prudence, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Wow, that's good. I love your hairstyle.
Thank you.
Well, looking at the topic
Mm.
for today, exploring respect in today.
Commanding respect, simply put.
Simply put,
Yes.
simply put.
Mm.
Well, do we even have the respect that we command? Like this present generation.
People just seek an opportunity to be respected, but you can't seek the opportunity to be respected. You create the opportunity to be respected because respect is not something you buy because it's not sellable. It's something you earn because of what you have done. Respect is for some people is showing who you are that makes them respect you. Some people want you to be real. Some people want you to be who they want you to be before they respect you. But believe me, whatever you call respect, if it's not something you've done to earn it, it is not a long-lasting respect. We have leaders, and I'm grateful that the topic is coming such a time as this. And there's no better time to be a Christian than now. Because as the challenges go up, it gives us opportunity to strengthen our faith, our belief, and entirely who we are in Christ. And there's nothing that will fetch you respect much more than that. Because, sir, the word of God is forever eternal. It is yea and it is amen. When you look at the givings or the situations around, people have several reasons to compromise who they are, including believing in God. You believe in God in every area of your life. But when it comes to certain things, you feel God will disappoint you. And you want it to happen the way you want it to go. So you keep God aside. You see, every day we are tested in this life to show people whether we still have God or we have thrown God away. And it's more, in most cases, you see people relying on education, their knowledge, which there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, God gave you the ability to know Him further through what or who you have become. But you see, if we say we are putting God first, but in some instances, we have decided as people, and we are not waiting for God to fulfill it, we go ahead to fulfill it. My brother, there is danger, because the Bible clearly states that there is a way that seems right unto man. But what does he say at the end? He said, the end thereof is destruction. We have seen several times, even people of the world, they take decisions that are even better than we that are in church. And we expect that the people from the world should copy from the church. But they are saying no. Because the people in the church and the people in the world, they are the same people. The distinguishing factor is where you stand. The other one is in PDP secretariat or APC secretariat or Labour Party secretariat, and you are in Deeper Life or Coking or Equa and all that. This is the distinguishing factor. And if these places where these people are, giving the example, if you are not acting based on this nomenclature that is attached to, your activities, my brother, we don't know where else to place you. When you start acting alike, there's no need for PDP, APC, a Labour Party, or Equa Cooking. No, just come together and live as Nigerians. But sir, when you are talking about commanding respect, you have to take decisions that will hurt you first before hurting others. And you have to establish that fact within you, that I will be hurt and I will hurt if I want to gain respect. If I want to gain respect. So, this is what we are doing. I'm not part of it. It will cost you. It will cost you. It will cost you a lot of things. It might even cost your life. When Jesus came, didn't his belief cost his life? But what are we reaping today as Christians? That life that his belief cost him. So our respect is deep, is wide. It's something you cannot exhaust within a 1 hour show. But it's just to let people know that this is our idea of what respect is. And we need to keep taking respect. Is not a good morning, man. That's not respect. That's not respect. What are you respecting me for? This is a new director. He's a director of XYZ department. You are welcome, sir. Based on what? So what if the position goes after 3 years or 6 years, as if, or even 1 year, as the case may be? What happens to the human being? Haven't you seen politicians that have left office and the next day their houses are empty? No people, nobody. In the morning when you wake up, there are people in the house. Nobody. Why? Because the reason why they respect him is not more there. So, sir, earn that respect by virtue of whom you have chosen to become, not what people have given you to do. No, not that. Sir, I'm not respected because I'm the GM of Equa TV. I'm respected because of who I decided to be after that name was given to me. That is it. You are not respected because you work in Equa TV. Are you telling me that there are people in Equa TV that are not respected? There are. Some people are not respected. Even in Equa, some people are not respected. Why? Because of whom they have chosen to be. And that is it. Wherever you find yourself, blossom the best way you can.
And really, respect is reciprocal. What you don't give, you cannot receive. And for me, I feel it starts from you respecting yourself. If you learn the habit of respecting yourself, you would be able to accommodate another person We are all different. Our beliefs are different. Our opinions, our views, and many other things. So if we are able to respect ourselves, we will be able to respect others and be able to accommodate their excesses. We know when it is too much. We know when we can just handle this. We know when it is a total no for us. So respect is something that should be learned. And based on the topic, he said, in our world today, and in today's world, you find people saying, I owe nobody respect, I owe nobody apology, you owe people all of that.
Explanation.
Yes, you owe people all of it. Is because of that kind of mindset that makes people to just do the kind of things they do, and even when others are watching, they see it like an entertainment when they are doing the wrong things. So you should have it at the back of your mind that you owe people every good thing. So whatever it is that is good, you owe people that, and you should be able to respect and accommodate people, because you would want the same thing to be done to you at one point in life or the other.
True. True.
The issue of respect is really just, in today's world, it has been watered down so much so that even to respect oneself is hard, just like Jemima said. In fact, sometimes if you are a respecter of self, like you respect yourself and you do certain things because you respect yourself, people begin to look at you like you're just putting up airs, like you're just proud, or like you're just having your pompous or something of that nature, just because you have a certain respect for your own self. And because of that, people misunderstand a lot of times. And this also applies to the kind of respect you give people. Sometimes because you give people respect, that's those that haven't earned it per se. More like just the regular respect that you just respect people for being human beings. Because you automatically give someone that respect, be he older or younger. People begin to misinterpret that and think that you're just, I'm trying to get the better word, so I will not use something crazy, nasty. They begin to look at you in not a bad light, more like this person has no idea what he's doing, so they want to manipulate you and make you do things that they want you to do for them. This is all because you have attributed certain form of respect to people, and they do not understand that this respect is just because you are human being. You are a human being, so I'm just giving you that respect for you being a human being. That means you have your own decisions to make. And when over time your attitude begins to change to these people, they begin to think that you're rude or things ungrateful. But the thing is, they have done something that warrants your change of behavior. So the thing about respect is, people just expect that you continuously respect them, even when they continuously step on your toes, even when they continuously try to manipulate you, even when they continuously deliberately hurt you. They still expect that you respect them because you started out giving that respect in the first place. So it's just interesting how it has gotten to a point now that people begin to look at respects like, why is it worth anything? It doesn't even worth anything. At the end of the day, I'm just going to be looked at in a different light. So why should I have to give that respect to someone? I can just go ahead and continue living my life the way I choose to, without having to respect anybody, because that's what I get. So I give back what I get.
Yeah, well said. And I look at it this way again. Looking at the topic, this wall, and then, like you rightly said, the wall is trying to water down things that the Bible, portray and emphasize that is important for Christians to use, like to see that reflecting in our day-to-day activities and in our dealings with humans. And if you look at the life of Jesus, I I appreciate the angle which you brought, bringing an example of what it cost Jesus, that it took him to the cross. And then today we are benefiting from that. And that is why we can brag and say we are Christians. There's some certain things that we are benefiting. And then sometimes you see us feeling as if like we earn it. Not that it was given to us free, by the virtue of someone that laid down his life, and set an example of how we should live our own life. If you look at his life, he respects authority. And to some extent, his pattern and his nature of humility and respect to the authority, that make the world doubt him. Doubt him in the sense that because Israelites were thinking he's coming as that mighty king that will come and liberate them from that world power then. That was their thinking. But he just came, someone, let me put it this way, just a casual person that he's there respecting everybody that he should do respect. That what kind of king is that? Because they didn't see it from that angle. Because they feel that king will come, somebody heavy, macho, like when you see him, you are scared even before he talks. And then he will look at you, and that's the way he commands things around him. But this one is just
Disappointed them.
just one.
Started
I was
eating
going
with
to say
prostitutes, talking to
Children.
The
Mad
picture they
people.
had- the picture they had
That is
about
why-
respect was absolutely wrong. It's like they thought that you commanding people and commanding fear from people is what is respect, because that's what they were giving at that time. All the world powers before even Rome at that time, because Rome was the world power. Before Rome, everybody was, it was fear that was leading to respect. People respect people because they
They are
fear them.
afraid of them. That's
Even
not
their
respect.
Pharisees were giving them that same thing. You're afraid of what the Pharisee would say, so you respect the Pharisee.
You see why I said earlier that people suggest to you how to live just so that they respect you in return. Some of us don't care whatever titles we carry. We still wear jeans and t-shirt. If you see respect in dressing, people say dress the way you want to be addressed.
Address it.
No, if people know you are poor in your area, even if you wear the most expensive thing, they'll say, wait, when he's coming by, you beg for transport. No, there's no respect in
And
that.
you
Something.
really beg.
And you will do it.
Exactly.
You will do it.
Hmm.
A clear example. I wore kaftan and cap. They announced it at General Chokers. They say, what happened today? This man is dressed this way. I'm telling you. So you see, people expect. Sometimes when you wear certain things, people are like, serious. This man is always looking. That's not where it is. That's not where it is. So, if you look at office setting, you have unit heads, you have directors, you have heads of this and all of that. Their respect should not be in their dressing. It should be in where they have taken the units that they had, regardless of the challenges. That's what makes you earn respect in a setting like this.
Yes.
In a setting of a husband and wife, as a husband, you have had different opportunities. I call them opportunities to have left the marriage, but you stayed regardless. As a wife, you have been dealt with several times, but you stayed. Sir, there are things that the Bible will tell you, like she said, and there are things that the world will tell you. The Bible will not tell you things and be giving and be seeking opportunity to convince you to do it. No. Once you are told, you are told. But it's the world. The world will tell you, they will give you opportunities, they will convince you. No grief for anybody. What is that? And they start bringing examples. No grief for anybody, no grief for somebody was playing with a dog. The dog was barking, was also challenging. The dog was, because the dog was chained. He was doing it. Suddenly the dog just turned its his neck and the chain came off.
Hey.
Jesus.
The dog useless that guy. It's a very popular video.
Hmm.
They were saying no grief for anybody, no grief. He was playing and then the dog just came off the chain. Sir, you don't, like I always say, you don't use your life
Hmm.
to try things to see how they turn out to be at the end. You might not be alive to testify. I always tell people this thing. Sir, I've seen a lot of things in this life. I travel at least twice every week. If I'm not on the way, then I've decided not to. I see security men losing the respect that they have. The uniform is no more a threat.
Mm.
True.
Sometimes when you are driving, you just come to a checkpoint. When you see it is our security men, you are afraid. When they tell you people are robbing, you just match brake, turn. Is it match brake? You step on your brakes, park well, and turn and look for a safer place. Buy granite and be eating. When they finish their robbery, you just pass. But when you see our own, park, you know that something must. They will delay you. They will harass you. And these people don't have respect. Some of them will greet you, Chairman. Now you do this pass. You better pass our commissioner. Oga, wait till you go get this money now.
He's just meeting you for the first time.
He doesn't even know if you are an intelligence officer or anything. They don't know. And then they say a lot of things to you. Can you imagine officers on duty are begging people for fuel, money for fuel to fuel government vehicle? When government was buying that vehicle, what was the plan? To use it without fuel? If they are going to use it without fuel, why won't you buy a full electric vehicle? When you have sun everywhere that can charge it and you drive it. And you tell me that they just push us here with no fuel. Oga, let's drink pure water on your head and all that. And anytime you go out for that assignment, you have an allowance. There's no respect. Somebody can wake up and have certificates upon certificates upon certificates for studies they did not attend. And they are employed. Where is the respect? You want to talk about patriotism? Who are the leaders of this nation? How many of them are extremely patriotic that we can say we respect this one, we respect this one, we respect this one? Look at how they are playing with the lives of Nigerians. Governors are not accountable. Senators are not accountable. Ministers are not accountable. Presidents are not accountable. These people will not even come out and tell you this is how much they have spent from your money. Without people, how do governments make money, for God's sake? They can't. They don't have a money milling machine. They don't. It's the people that are in the state or the country that generate money from their businesses and pay levies and taxes and all of that for government to do the projects that they do. Even the crude oil, the petroleum and all of that, is it not people that are putting their time, their efforts, their energy, their brains, their knowledge to make it work for government to sell and make money? So what does the life of an ordinary Nigerian mean to these people? They are not accountable. They just tell you what the budget is. But they don't come back to tell you what the money was done with. You see, sir, if you want to be respected, you need to be totally accountable. Because this issue of respect is in every sphere of life. It is. Every angle, every ramification, you need to do what will earn you respect. Some people earn respect just the way they walk. Some people earn respect just the way they talk. Some people earn respect just what they say. Some people earn respect how they behave. Some people earn respect because they disagree. And you should dare to disagree.
Sure.
Most of the reason why I'm where I am today in terms of people disliking me is because I disagree. I dare to disagree. I say, no, I don't see it that way. This is what you do that will work. Do you know that people don't care about standards now? You might be growing, but you are losing respect while you grow. When you get to the top, you'll be alone. Is that life? So I think this issue of respect, nobody should tell you what you should do to be respected. You know. As an adult, you know. Even children at home, they want to be respected. Mommy, how can you just enter our room? Can't you see we are dressing? And they are children. They want respect, sir. They want privacy.
And
Why would you cook this? You know we don't like it. Respect my appetite. It's true. Especially if it's not too expensive, respect it. You can't be asking for things I can't afford. I tell you, so you have to
in this
respect
present
people.
generation.
You have to respect people. Okay, my younger brother is getting married. My daughter is telling me what she wants to wear. How old? About 10 or so, the youngest. She's telling me what she wants to wear, and she's laying emphasis. If not because we are in this generation, if it's me that did that, I wouldn't be on today's live today. With which mouth? I would have lost the mouth and my sense of communication because they will beat it out of my life. But look at what the world has. You cook something, children tell you they don't want to eat. You have to respect their opinion. You brought them to the world. They were not existing anywhere. You decided with serious effort to bring them to the world. Now they have come, they are placing demands and you are nowhere to be found in the first place. Sometimes I don't go home intentionally. I want everybody to sleep first. And I make plans to leave earlier. I want to be respected. At least if you are not there to be asked, nobody will blame you for not doing it.
And in case they set a trap for you, they have their own way. Somebody will be sleeping like till 9 o'clock. But when you make up your mind because of these certain demands and then early morning I'm going, that early morning 6 o'clock the person is awake. He's waiting for you.
They have to be intentional.
Yes, they have to be intentional about it. And then that's when you will hear, okay, I'm late. I'm late today. The day is going to be very busy.
Solo,
when I come back, we'll
if
discuss.
you know the meetings that were held against you in your absence, it will shock you when daddy comes.
Yes.
You are the one that will tell him that.
They
you
always
tell
have
him
a
about
speaker.
this and this. But you should wait when he comes, when he's resting, then we'll go and meet him.
Let him eat.
Anytime I hear my children say, Daddy, how was work today? I know that's a trap. I frown to answer that. It was fine. Please, I want to check something. You guys can come later. Far from being found for any
They are joking.
any billing.
They are joking notes.
No, we want to be respected now.
So all of this is just that we just want to be respected.
I'm
So
telling
just
you.
get it. We just want to be
You
respected.
see, that's why I
This-
tell men, whatever you do that's legal to make money for the sake of your family, do it. I chatted a friend of mine this morning who is away. We're in different places. And I told him, I said, sir, we need to double our efforts. We don't want to seem like we are failures before our families. And these people that I'm talking about, nobody is not meeting needs, but I want us to meet it with extra. So you see, we live in a world where you can't sit down and be relying on one thing. No, you have to put your hands in several things. You see, God gave Adam and Eve the garden, but he gave them 4 streams inside. And it was God that said, in case one dries up. What have we learned from that? What have we learned from that? Once in a while, write a book. You see, that's why I like our pastors in Ekwa. Write a book once in a while. Do a presentation once in a while. Go to our theological seminaries and lecture once in a while. It's either they are on sabbatical or they are on this break, teaching here, doing this here. You make ends meet because you know that you can't go and see our pastors welding. It's not against, it's against so do something that is within the confines of your calling. You'll be respected. You can't sit down and be waiting for salary. How much is the salary? Things are going up. Salary has stayed where it is. What does that tell you? You diversify your means of income.
And I agree with you strongly because you talked about respect, in different cadre, different walks of life, and I look at it this way: you have respect when you talk about individuals. You portrayed that and you laid emphasis on that. You as an individual, what are you made of? What's your belief? What did you stand for? How do people see you? What's your worth? Because your worth command respect. And some people, they don't even know their worth, and that's what brings disrespect to them, because some are not being intentional about themselves. I'm just connecting it with what you said. And then we have respect for we have the family, and then we have your working place, you know, and then for those that are working, we have business people, those that are doing business, and we have the society, and then we have the community, we have the church. And in the church, you know, we have the youth, we have the women, and we have our leaders, the pastors, the elders. How do you present yourself? How do the church see you? How are the people seeing you? And yesterday in church, you know, the pastor was talking that he do extra business. He has a block industry. He molds block and he sell. And then he was telling the church, you know, this is what I do extra, you know, to just
Apart from preaching.
Apart from preaching. And then yesterday from his block industry, he donated 50 blocks for our church building, because
Wow.
for some while, you know, the building stopped, and he's just coming newly, and he's like, we are sleeping, you know, we just have to wake up. So what can we do? And then he say he's giving 50 blocks from his block industry, and he asked, he said, is it wrong for a pastor to do something extra? I didn't know when I shouted. I said that is the way to go, sir.
During church,
During church service,
you shouted. You
yes,
shouted at the Holy Spirit.
because sir, the way some of our pastors are being looked down upon by some of the members and even the elders, because some of the problem that our pastors go through with our elders is because of the position of the pastors. And the elders will think that's the only weapon they have
Against the pastor.
against the pastor, to deal with him. That's how they put it. We will deal with him. He will always come back to us. So you will find out the entire life of that pastor in that 6 years or 7 years or 5 years, you know, is just in the hands of those 5 or 7 elders, that they just feel they have a tool to deal with him, because he's at their mercy, because he does nothing like extra. Let me put it that way. To have extra income to cater for himself. And that's the reason why you hear some unnecessary announcement on the church, like talking about the pastor, which some of them, when you hear those announcements, you know, they just feel like the ground should just open and they should just sink, you know, because it doesn't portray their family in a good light. When you hear, can we just do this offering so that our pastor will eat? Like, no, it's not it. So there's a way, you know, even their respect is being affected. Sorry to say, but I just feel if the room will be open, you know, for our pastors to do things extra, just like you said, I think nothing bad. When a pastor is even giving in the church, he earns more respect. So sometimes what you do even earns you more respect than always giving.
These 50 blocks that he gave.
Yes, sir.
It's close to 100,000. How many pastors can donate even 20,000 comfortably?
Comfortably.
How many? One pastor has 8 children. With the wife 9. With him 10. We just thank God that they don't pay rent. But school fees and feeding, what happens? Health, what happens? You see, you must
And
weigh all
with this
this
economic meltdown, sir, most members just do there is one kind of unnecessary visit to pastor's house just so that they will eat me.
Yes.
Not that they are going to greet him to find out how he's doing. So at the end of the day, whatever he has,
You have to share it.
share it with the members.
That is why I think it's important that our pastors should stop living within that church premises. What's that tradition?
Pastoral.
You know, we build church, we build pastorium. We build church, we build pastorium. Why can't your pastor be living in Rayfield while the church is in Dadinkowa? What's wrong with that? We are putting their lives in danger.
Of course.
When anything comes, they want to attack the church. They know the church is empty. They will attack the chief servant of the church first. You know, is this old people's mentality that you have to live inside where you are? No. You don't have to have a house in the church. I don't know why. Anyway, this is not to make anybody angry, because you know people can disrespect themselves by carrying what does not belong to them on top of their head and start, you know, opening an office with it. When you set up a committee, you have opened an office. So, you know, You know, Equa Television is a widely watched television, and I appreciate God because of the respect that Today's Life is gaining. If you see the viewership of Today's Life on Facebook, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's growing. It's growing. If the show does not earn respect or did not, I don't think we will not be recording this growth that we have.
It's true.
And you see, honestly, I would always say, don't you ever think that without you things will not work. Is it not me and you that have not been around? That the viewership even went higher. I think we should be absent more. The viewership went higher
No.
when we left.
No. So that
You see,
we
sir,
will not agree.
Wherever you are, don't ever think that in your absence things will die. No. You are evil, especially if in church, to think that way.
Yes.
You are evil. Don't ever think that in my absence they will suffer. Who are you? Who are you?
And if it dies in your absence, you should be a failure.
You understand? You sound like you are the one that graced your life. No. The same grace that is available to you. The Bible says that the grace of God is sufficiently given to all men.
True.
So why are you thinking, today if I leave Equa TV, you start speaking language we don't know, that department will suffer. I'm the one holding the accounts. If not because of me, I'm the one holding the programs unit. If just Joyce Jakada leaves now, the station will die. I'm looking for her before she starts throwing things at me. You see, sir,
Yes, sir.
don't ever think you are disrespecting yourself to think that if you are not in a system, the system will collapse.
Sure.
Don't Jesus was talking and he says that if you people don't praise me, the rocks will cry out instead. Rocks, not human beings, but the human beings, the rocks are the human beings.
Yes.
It's metaphoric. He's just using the rocks as a metaphor. Haven't we have people, we've had people who resigned from Equa Television, and you think the next minute the station will be in shambles. 6 years now or 7, I can't remember because we have not paid salary. 6 months or 7 now. The station is years or 7. The station is still running. It's still running. Few challenges here and there, but it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Everybody that started something, we didn't even struggle the way other people struggle. You see, you cannot overhype yourself to think that in your absence things will not go well. Why? Nobody has monopoly of knowledge. The same way you can present 50,000 other people within just can present even better than you. The same way you can handle camera, with apologies to Hassan and co. There are thousands of people that are jobless that even want to do it on volunteer grounds. The same way you can edit, with apologies to Moses Ija and co. There are so many people that can edit. The same way you can GM. Yes. In fact, maybe God is even waiting so that the GM will leave. You bring a better person that will take the station to the height that he sees it, that the GM does not see. That is how it is. If God's hands and his thoughts are upon something, human beings cannot kill it. Whatever you do. But while you are there, make that mark. And that's why I keep telling you as staff, I said, we are not the best in this industry. We are not. But now, God has selected us to be here. So let's give our best before our time is up. There are people now, if you are talking what is the best you have done for Equa TV, they will move back. For the people they know have done their best to go forward and say it before they think of what they have done. But you are paid. You are considered in several ways and all of that. The president of Equa during the General Church Council, he said, don't think of what Equa will do for you. Think of what you will do for Equa. There are a lot of people that are doing stuff for Equa, unrecognized. Unrecognized. Meet our leaders and ask them, how many of the journeys that you did, you asked for allowances? How many of your journeys extended or you had extra cost and you came back to claim them? They are all sacrifices. If people start telling you what they have done in their various departments and their units, You may not see it, but God has a way of interpreting that to people, and it will give you respect in return. So commanding respect is not difficult. It's not something, it's just that you find it difficult to do what will give you the respect. But commanding the respect is not difficult. Just be who you are.
Do the
If
right
something
thing.
is wrong, disagree to do it.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. Do the right thing. If something is right, do it. Embellish it. Let others see it and do it as well. But you cannot be in segregation, in this and in that, and you want respect. No. You want to employ somebody. You want to employ somebody based on who you know, whether he's qualified or not. You want to promote somebody. You want to promote them based on who you know. Based on this one is my own. Okay, who is Prudence's own? Who is Solo's own?
Wow.
Okay, Jemima is my own. Let me promote her as GM. So who are the other people's own?
True.
God.
God cannot come down and promote people. He
uses
can't.
people.
That's why he put people in places so that people can do what is expected. You pick people, whether they are qualified or not, you empower them. You will lose respect, sir. You will lose respect because it will tell on how they work.
Yes.
It will tell on how they work. It is a strong administrative blunder that you pick somebody that you know they don't even have the basis that they can develop upon to be better. And you hear them say, nobody was born with this thing. You learn on the job. That learning on the job, the person can do you a mistake that will cost you as an organization
10
a
years.
lifetime
Life.
to correct. Just because a leader somewhere took a decision based on what he feels or based on what she feels at that point in time. I think we should come out of that. We should come out of that. Even if it will cost me my office, let me do the right thing. Go for the right reason. Because whether you go for the right reason or you go for the wrong reason, you will go. You will go.
So it's better you go,
Go
for
for
the
the
right.
Reason.
You have seen people have resigned. People are retired. People have retired. People have died. People have been sacked. They are still, it's still going. However you call it, whether you died or you're retired or you resign or you are sacked or you are fired or you are dismissed or you are disengaged or you are relieved
When you are relieved, when you are laid down.
or you are retrenched, it's still going. You will go. You don't think that. See, Jesus had the powers to have dwelt on earth with us till today, to be seen as a physical person. He had the power. His father could have made it that, but he left us to continue. You will go too. You will go. If it's 2 years, you will go. I would rather stay 1 year than to enter the second year and start spoiling what I've done for the first 1 year. We always have the fear. What if I go? Where else will I go? Haba. One organization. You think that one organization, your life is attached to it out of millions of organizations in Nigeria. Why are you thinking that way? End that respect, sir. End that respect.
You know, and
Exactly.
your
Do
success.
you know that in let me, okay, not in closing. Do you know, let me finish my statement. Do you know that there are past leaders of ECWA that when they enter this ECWA headquarters, people come out of their offices to walk them to their cars, to celebrate them, to even take pictures and post. Oh, today so person visited. Meanwhile, there are some, they start disrespecting them from the gate because of how they treated people. 6 years, sir.
Just
6 years.
And it takes you a lifetime of disrespect.
Of course.
Just for 6
Of
years.
course.
You see-
And your success.
No, but
Your,
she's
your
right.
You
success.
can embellish. How?
Your
It's amazing how you think so far.
Lifetime of disrespect.
for 6 years. And your success
It's
starts.
the lifetime.
Your success starts after you have left that place. Because the people that are there, what are they saying about you? The person that succeeded you there, what is he doing? Just like he said earlier on, you give someone a job and you know he does not have the requirements. He does not have the basis. But at that point, you're not thinking, does he have the requirements or not? You're thinking, oh, he would always respect me because I favored him. So even after I have left, that respect will still be there. But even if it's there, it will just be
You have
in
been
that person's
misinformed.
eyes.
You have been
It will
you
just
have been
be in that
misinformed
person's
of
eyes.
It's not even.
you have
Every
been
other
misinformed
person.
of how easily people grow wings after you have done what they want you to do for
Yeah,
them. You are
exactly.
The same
misinformed.
people you help.
Yes.
Yes, and funny enough, or
Huh.
rather interestingly, when you leave that place, the first people to start talking behind your back are those people that you thought, okay, I
Were
bought
in
their
your cubicle.
loyalty.
Yeah.
I bought their
Mm.
loyalty.
Mm.
So, for me, I think that respect is that you know the time to stop and the time to go. It's like if you respect the way when you're a good driver and you respect traffic signs and traffic lights and all these
Rules and
things,
regulations.
even the security or those that are monitoring this would recognize this person and say, no, this person is not an offender. This person, you have a certain form of respect.
Mm.
But you see, for someone who constantly is being disrespects these laws that have been stipulated,
Mm.
you find that this person is being disrespected in the same measure.
Mm.
That's how respect goes.
Mm.
So you know when to go and where to stop.
Mm.
Sometimes it is just best for you to stop what you're doing and leave. It is best for you to just say, wash your hands off and go. Why would Jesus go the extra mile to tell you if you go to go and preach to someone and the person says, no, he's not going to accept your message, then dust your shoes
Mm.
and leave?
Mm.
It's all part of the respect.
Mm.
You've already sown that seed.
Mm.
If the person is looking for that, if that seed that is sown wants to grow, this person will go looking for you himself.
Mm.
Respect.
It's true.
There are ways that respect has been depicted over time that people have just had the wrong notion of how respect is supposed to appear. You don't, for instance, you go to a church, and I've heard a lot of this, or rather even work, you find that every other person does not want you where you are. And you know in the deepest part of your heart that it is time for you to leave that place. But you keep continuously, like you just want to stay there because you've been gaining certain form of favors.
Mm.
Say, no, if I leave this place now, how would I continue living?
Mm.
But the best point of action for you at that moment is to leave.
Mm.
Because when you leave, even when people that have been thinking you have been doing the wrong thing, over time, they would build that respect that this person left when he needed to leave.
Some
Instead
might
of
not.
destroying what. My point is that you are vindicated at the end of the day. If this person continue, okay, let's say, for instance, it seems like you did something wrong, or everybody thinks that you did something wrong, but you did not. And because of that, you've lost respect in front of a lot of people. And it is now, there's no other way for you if not to leave that place. That's your best point of action. That's your best action. That's the best thing you could do, to leave that place. Over time, you are vindicated because what you stood for was the right thing. He mentioned it earlier when he said sometimes you just have to leave so that people would see that what you did was the right thing. That's how
and
it
he
is.
gave example with Jesus,
Yes.
that Jesus had the power
Mhm.
to
Yeah,
Still be
exactly.
living physically.
Physically.
Exactly. So sometimes that's your best point of action. That's your best action. That's the best thing you should do. And sometimes it's for you to continuously forge ahead regardless the odds. So you need to understand the terrain of where you are if you're going to command respect.
Mm.
You need to understand the situation where you found yourself to command respect. Because the action that you take could either lead you being respected or disrespected. So you need to be very observant and careful in decisions that you take and the actions that you take as well.
I'm impressed that this is coming from a lady. But how don't you use the same sex to leave a relationship that is whining you?
Hey.
So that you
Always
still-
hoping that your own
so that you still
situation is
have
different.
respect. So that you still
There's
have
always this
respect.
feeling that your
Until
own
you lose
situation is
until
different.
you lose an eye or an ear, a physical or unseen body part before you start living relationship. Why? Some of you feel your lives are tied with.
I'm actually bothered
With that
with
stupid human
question.
Why will a brother tell you he loves you and then treat you the opposite and you are still there? What does that tell you? Common sense should tell you pack and go.
No,
You have not married the person.
He will change.
You
You
would
know,
say-
he will change.
We
have
see
sh-
a
we
swollen
have
eye.
shared
They
a-
busted your eye. You say it was the door.
we have shared a lot.
I
you
hope she's
know.
watching.
Yeah.
Was the door a bullet?
That the door slammed on her face. I say your face.
How?
Door does not have this thing. But how
Yes.
did it enter your eye like this? The whole eye
Door.
was swollen.
Hmm.
And I can see like marks of the fingers that were able to touch the face. You don't do that.
No.
You don't wait till you are losing body parts before you remember respect. No. 1, 2, 3 strikes.
Red.
Yes. You should leave. It is nature. Are you willing to be committed to such nature? If no, find your way. I think the show is just starting. Let's start talking about
I'm just wishing that, you know, the day that we will talk about relationship, something like this will come. But I think it's very important.
So no,
that's the
see,
reason why
you don't wait till they rubbish you in a place before you remember respect.
Yes, exactly.
When you see signs, before it's implemented, move. Move with your dignity, like she said. Move. Vindicate yourself from all of these things. You move. Except if God is speaking otherwise. But if you use human senses and you hear, Kawari, one like Kawari, Aderi.
And sometimes you move, you don't have to explain.
Mm.
You
no,
don't
no,
need
no.
people to understand.
Explain
Just
what?
No, that's no explanation.
Eventually-
If there's a second you, explain to the second you. But if it's just you,
But
don't
it's
explain.
Sometimes, you know, in moving, some people will be saying, what will people think of me? You don't have to get validation of people. Just go. Eventually,
No.
that person will still show his true color again to another person. And that is the person that he is. He won't change.
Learn to live when it's right in everything.
True.
Whether it's work, whether it's this. Don't think what to do except God is saying stay. But if you need that respect, make that move.
I so much believe that if you are standing on the truth, the path of truth, no matter how you are being treated, no matter how you are being disrespected, it would speak for you in the future. And some people didn't even live to see the respect that people accord to them. Like, it was after their death, then people started digging and they would like, you know, we treated this guy or this lady this way. Unfortunately, this is not it. You know, they will begin to find out the truth about you and they will begin to regret how they treated you, how they disrespected you. And then you are nowhere for them to just come and say, we are sorry. This is how we perceive you, or this is how we are sorry, or how we treated you, and the rest. So I think if you are standing on the path of truth, just be dogged, just be hold on to it, forget about what people will say, and then at the end of the day, I know God, which is the originator of truth, will vindicate you, because he can't drag his name to the mud. He would definitely vindicate you. Thank you so much, sir, for doing this
I'm grateful
with
I
me
came.
today. Prudence, thank you so much. Jemima,
You're
yes, I
Three
believe
Gombe,
you-
one plateau.
one strong plateau.
Okay.
Joyce is baptizing you with nonsense. These recent times, I'm telling you.
Well, Joyce, we miss you on this set.
Say
You know.
I, don't say we.
Okay, I.
Don't
I-
speak on
I,
our behalf.
I miss you. I miss you.
Miss
You
you.
remember earlier I told you. I said I'm going to use social
Social
intelligence.
intelligence.
So-
That's what you're doing.
I'm praying for you that you go there, your table and your chair is still there.
That's the reason why.
A
That's
different person on your seat.
no. That's the reason why I'm saying this time.
What if the table is already partaker?
My Kaduna people will understand this better. But quickly, let me just take. There are some few comments here. We cannot take all. You know, Abraham John say good morning. He's just waving us. And then Hafsat Osu, she said good morning, Anthony. I believe she's referring to you.
It's Tony
It's
next time.
Tony.
Yeah. Thank
Jay
you.
Nakali,
however.
you know, and then Orpa David Gajeri saying, good morning, my son. I'm watching this program live. I am in Jos at Shalom Center. I am impressed. Mommy, thank you.
You are this one?
for-
Okay, say, mommy, thank you.
It's two of you. She said son. Definitely she's the mother.
I know.
Yes. So I claim to be the son.
Amen.
Eh, Thank you very much for your comment. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your views. And thank you for your shares. I think we can do more, by sharing. We want to sincerely appreciate you for giving us your time and doing this with us. It makes it interesting and lovely. Thank you so much. And I pray that God will continue to guide us and protect us and give us the ability, to stand strong when it comes to us doing the right thing. But for now, bye-bye. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care and God bless you.